And we're developing right now, a child who has been missing now for several months is now feared dead after her mother told a judge last month that she tossed that 2-year-old's body into a dumpster. Well, this morning, that woman was summoned back to court. And Local 10 News reporter Laren Livingston joins us live from Miami with what happened today in court. Laren?
Christy, that child disappeared without a trace, hasn't been seen or heard of since late last year. Now, today's court hearing inside the Children's Courthouse here in Miami-Dade had less to do about mom and the little girl and more so had to do about the DCF investigation into mom and this family and those records, which a judge was trying to figure out if the public should have access to. And today that judge says, yes, the public should have access to those records.
Do you mind just telling us where Angela is, or do you know where she is?
Marjorie Dufresne walked out of court pretty much the same way she went in, speechless.
This is a tragic and unique case, and the public has a right to understand how this case was handled and how we arrived at this sad juncture.
It was Juvenile Circuit Court Judge Cindy Lederman's job to look over nearly 20,000 pages of documents connected to the Department of Children and Families case involving Marjorie Dufresne, her other children, who are now in state custody, and 2-year-old Angela Dufresne. The baby has not been seen since last November. Mom reportedly told a judge her daughter was dead, but the stories about what specifically happened to little Angela, a twin, have been anything but consistent. In the meantime, Dufresne has not been charged.
Sir. And I guess, do you have anything to say about the judge's decision today about these documents?
Our system works better when the public knows the facts. Our system works better when the legislature knows the facts. And so having all these things out there and allowing the public to see what happened and try to help everyone understand how do we stop these kind of things from happening in the future.
Attorney Scott Ponce represents the Miami Herald, which asked the court to make the documents public.
We're going to see who, from a system standpoint, DCF, judges, state agencies, police, who came into contact with this family and these children, and why were the decisions that were made, why were they made, and how did it happen?
The judge also expressed concerns about Dufresne's visits with her children because, according to the judge, the children seemed uncomfortable and would cry during those visits, an issue the judge says would need to be addressed at a separate hearing. I tried asking Dufresne about that.
Ms. Dufresne, do you care about visitation for the rest of your children?
Once again, she was speechless.
And of course, we reached out to DCF just to get a response to the judge's ruling. We're still waiting to hear from them, but right now they have until noon Monday to make those documents available, redacted, of course, according to the judge's ruling. And after all of this case will now be moved over to Broward County. That's where mom lives, and from my understanding, a couple of her children who are now under the state's care. Now reporting live in Miami, Laren Livingston, Local 10 News.